DPP to effect arrest immediately, to effect arrest. And if we were to do that, Honorable Speaker, then we would be a serious house. And this report ought to have gone further and said EACC to report to the relevant committee of parliament regularly. If possible, within each and every 2 weeks, we have them here to analyze progress reports, which would be the committees in charge of justice and legal affairs, and maybe the committee on implementation, and this committee itself. Honorable Speaker, what is happening in this area is painful. The other way these people used to steal, Honorable Speaker, you've seen some facility we're building for the police hospitals across on Bagathi Road there. We budget for the money as the committee under which the police falls, the Committee on Administration, Internal Security, and we budget for 400 million. That money, Honorable Speaker, is then taken to KDF. Soldiers are free, they have engineers, they can build. Ultimately, Honorable Speaker, we are told it is not the soldiers who built the facility, it is an individual contractor who was given the property, the facility to build by, now KDF. And you've seen a facility complete there. Police officers for their injuries have no stone, but the facility is furnished. The 400 million has been used. Honorable Speaker, do you know why it has not been handed over to the police? The contractor is now seeking 1.4 billion on top of the 400 million for which we paid. I wanted to urge Honorable Wangwe, because I see administration also falls under him. Go for that facility immediately so that it can be released to the police to start serving the police officers as we deal with it. Honorable Speaker, it is very sad to hear that Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, even the land on which it is sitting, it does not have the title for it. Prime properties, Honorable Speaker, at the coast in Mombasa, in Nyali, Jomvu, everywhere. There are no titles, up to 32 titles, Honorable Speaker, and this is a struggling facility. The properties are being encroached into by individuals, including people we know. Including people we know. Including people we know. Honorable Speaker, we want these reports not just to tell us they have been grabbed. I know the chair of the committee knows the people I'm talking about. KBC must get back all the land that were owned by KBC or appropriated to it as a public institution or corporation. And Honorable Speaker, they must all be titled. And I hope tough recommendations, Honorable Speaker, have been made for reclamation and, requisition or, the claiming back of those titles so that we have them. And then we move together, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, people have been saying that NHIF was better. NHIF was better. SHA is not working. The people of Kenya, SHA is working. Say SHA is not working until you get sick. I can tell you, Honorable Kibagendi, I have blood relatives being treated through SHA. And by the way, people from the counties who are shouting most how SHA is not working are the counties which are the highest registered in the country, if you look at top 10. When things are working, and then Kibagendi, don't talk when I'm talking. You are a first-time MP here. I'm a senior MP. You keep quiet. Yeah, there are times when we are talking serious things. Honorable Speaker, when we have something working, let us say it is working. When there are teething issues and problems to be addressed, let us address them. But Honorable Speaker, for the people who keep saying we should go back to NHIF, in this report, you see why they are saying so. Because NHIF was a milk cow. It was an elephant put down. They were eating it. You are given a contract for 900 million and you get 3.9 billion. And you do nothing about it. We are saying this parliament killed NHIF. This parliament enacted the law establishing SHA. And whatsoever the amount of noise you make because of the systemic corruption for which we killed NHIF, we are not going back there. Let us encourage all Kenyans, Honorable Speaker, to register. And where we are doing well, Honorable Speaker, let us say we are doing well. We can say very many things. I had people talking about Ruto at 3, against G-Hoof at 3. There is no government in Kenya since independence which at 3 years is doing better than this government. And I can say this without any shame. You know, all the others at 3 years. The Kibaki regime at 3 years, the Bomas draft had been rejected. Raila and others had been kicked out, Honorable Speaker, and now it was a tribal group running this country. And these are truth. Let us support the government, let us support these initiatives, but Honorable Speaker, I recommend that for once we want to see what Wanjala Rafael, the Committee on Implementation, is doing. We must bring people here, and not just the people who are in charge of those funds, but also the contractor. Honorable Speaker, with those very many remarks, I thank you.
Kaluma for President.
Yes.
Honorable Member for Igembe Central, Honorable Karido.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to also participate on this audit report. First and foremost, may I congratulate the team led by Honorable Wangwe for this great work well done. Madam Speaker, the audit report's recommendations must be followed to the letter. In order for them to be worthy, we need these recommendations followed, and we need to be seen working and doing what is right. Madam Speaker, I will not dwell much on this SHA, NHIF, and the like issues, but I will dwell most on land issues. Madam Speaker, we have many corporations in this country with huge tracts of lands that have no title deeds, and it's an embarrassment at this age for corporations like KBC to have those lands without title deeds. Madam Speaker, we have institutions, like in my constituency in Meru County, Igembe Central. We have public lands, Madam Speaker, owned by learning institutions without title deeds. And most of them have been grabbed. And the grabbers have gone to an extent of even being forceful, using all corrupt means to make sure they retain the public lands meant for public institutions because of lack of title deeds. Madam Speaker, it's the high time that as committees in this House, even the PIC Committee on Governance and Education, we are also been facing the same, whereby we have even universities, land without title deeds. We must categorically encourage and work on this one, and encourage the implementation committee to make sure that these reports are worked upon, and all those involved, especially those who have encroached on public lands, in public institutions, and even public corporations, to take responsibility for the grabbing. Madam Speaker, it's also discouraging, whereby we have people who have been looting the public funds, especially the NHIF, who are scot-free. I think it's the high time that we make sure we implement these reports to have them brought books so that they can pay, get surcharged, and even get jailed for these crimes, so that the young generations can learn from them and avoid these evil deeds on our country. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Very well. Member for Saboti, Honorable Caleb.
Madam Speaker, allow me to pass on this one because I have another report to give to allow other members to also contribute. Thank you.
Very well. Honorable Member for Kangema, not in the House. Honorable Member for Mwingi West.
Madam Speaker, I am interested in the next motion of the special funds. Kindly skip.
Very well. If there is no more, Honorable Karoli, where is your card? No, it's not. Honorable Karoli, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to, so that we make progress, I'll just make two comments on this issue. One is the idea of individual criminal liability for breach of national values and principles on public service and financial management under our Constitution, in particular Articles 10 and 232. I think the accountability committees, the PIC and PACs, in their reports should clearly emphasize this nexus between breach of these values and criminal liability, so that those public servants who don't use public resources prudently or conspire to have abuse of resources are actually held accountable. No such case has come forward, but if you read our Constitution carefully and the related legislation, actually we should be holding people criminally liable for even not processing a title deed for an institution that you are responsible for, because that is part of their core responsibility, to protect and preserve public property. So instead of complaining and always giving these crooks a free pass, I think in future the reports should single out the individuals who have neglected or derelicted from their duties, so that we can hold them liable. Second point I would like to emphasize is on parliamentary powers and privileges, in particular Section 23. No public servant, no public officer can refuse to give this House or its committees a document, a record, a report, or anything, including those state organs that are clustered as security